Is that? Okay. Obviously, we have different perceptions.
Yeah. So what's your perception?
We're fine, right?
So a whole bunch of us actually went to go see Tan Sri, Abdul, Wahid, Omar this week. And I gotta know, I mean, I've met him before. He's always come across as your very wise uncle who like gives you advice to go buy unit trust to me. I mean, like, what's he like to interview?
The moment he steps into the room, right, the impression you get is he'll be honest with you.
Okay.
And you do get that sense that he's being frank. His answers were candid. And during the interview itself, as it progresses, we talk to him, we ask questions. He always seems to tell you what's on his mind, and as much as he is able to.
Okay.
And that was good, in my opinion.
All right.
There's a sense of frankness.
And that puts you at ease, doesn't it? Because look at what he has to do now, right? I mean, the headline itself says about remaking PNB. And the issue that I always see with PNB, and this is, there's always this trust thing. You have been, I'm sure I've received, it's usually from my aunt, tons of these WhatsApp messages about how ASB, PNB, it's a whole gigantic Ponzi scheme, right? Because they keep doing all these returns in times when it's tough. You know, and it strikes really real fear with people that they think that it's not going to be secure.
Yes.
So we asked him this question. What was his really frank answer then?
Well, his answer is that the model is simple. What they have done over the years, according to Tan Sri, is they have built up reserves from which they pay dividends when times are lean, times are tough.
Okay.
So it evens out through the years. If you notice, the level of dividends is usually around 7%-ish or upwards. And according to him, that's because they have built up substantial reserves, especially during the 90s when IPOs. This is my observation, of course.
Yeah, but he has heard about that rumor, hasn't he?
Yes.
But he was unflustered when you asked him?
No, we did put to him that people say it's from deposits being channeled back to the existing depositors. And he simply explained the model. And he was not flustered, or he did not seem like he had anything to hide. Again, that sense of frankness is there.
All right. He is also considered by many to be a technocrat. You know, it's a phrase that people use that basically is a businessman's businessman, right? And he and some of the other people who have shifted to PNB. So will we see what people think is a more transparent PNB? Because as much as we think that, yeah, they're actually pretty transparent, but they're not as sort of like visual as some of the other like funds, like Quap, for example.
That's true. I think for people who are looking, PNB is already more transparent. Especially in the media circles, it's more noticeable that these days, when you ask them something or request information, they're more responsive. They get to you faster. Whereas in the days past, that may not be the case. Sometimes you don't hear back at all. So it's quite a substantial change, in my opinion, because we are really seeing an organization that is now opening up, readily shows you the numbers. In fact, since he's come in, he's been doing result briefings, which in the past...
Which they never used to do.
Exactly. And it's like a PLC now.
Which is what people say PNB should have been anyway, right?
Yes, because it manages the people's money,
Yeah.
again. And I think we are already seeing it, and it's a good thing. Let's hope it continues.
So what do you think that probably in the next, now that he's there, he's got a couple of other more corporate guys also there managing, what we'll be seeing more of PNB? I mean, what will they make their presence more felt, you think, in the marketplace and, you know, in the economy?
I think there are two levels to that. First, they are already being felt. I mean, they're 98% invested in Malaysia. That's quite big. And
yeah, it is.
Especially if you consider their assets base, 266 billion. And because of the ringgit, they're not in a hurry to go overseas. So as their fund grows, it will continue to be reinvested here. And I think in Bursa Malaysia, for example, we are seeing it. We are feeling it. Since Tan Sri has come on board, if you notice, the major investee companies, Sime Darby, Maybank, have all risen, outperforming the KLCI, for example.
Yes, of course, Maybank was one of the first to hit that magic number?
100 billion, yes.
Exactly, market cap number.
So in that sense, the restructuring that he has rolled out at the top level has borne fruit, value has increased, and the next wave will be the core companies where they have about 10%-ish, not majority stake definitely,
Okay. Did you get this feeling that ultimately our money's in safe hands? It looks to be in safe hands.
So far, it seems to be. I hope it is.
For more on the stories, pick up a copy of The Edge Weekly at all good newsstands.